think the power in the calendar, when you can look at your week, block your time, block the income producing activity or marketing activity, and make sure that no matter what, I'm going to execute. I will execute this period every day of every week for the rest of my life, because I'm running a business and a business isn't running me. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's true. And you know what the beauty of this, and again, I say that I'm not organized because I know the improvement that I can do. And and that's the hard part always is knowing what you should be doing, knowing that you should be doing, you can do it, and then not doing it anyways. Right. So, so when it comes to that is that the great thing is that when you put systems into place, like the email organization, using your calendar, CRMs, having a nice clean CRM where your lists are organized, you know what you're looking at. I have spreadsheets. Again, doesn't come naturally. When I got pregnant, other people nest and they clean their house. I learned how to program spreadsheets because I wanted to make sure that
Excel spreadsheet, which is not an easy thing to do.
No, because I wanted my team to be organized. Right. So I was like, I'm going to have to make some spreadsheets. So I have all my little spreadsheets that tell us, like, you know, they made this many calls and they had this many answers and that percentage to this is this. And, you know, so I can track everything a lot better. And again, in my mind, I'm like, I have like 5 to 10 spreadsheets that I'm using. But, you know, and I'm not like organized, but do I have one document that I have all my links on and I have categorized? So I'm pretty organized. And what it gives me the power to do is step away from the business when I need to.
Oh, that's nice.
I struggled for 16 years to have my baby.
Yeah.
And when I finally had my miracle child, I was able to work from home for a year. I was able to not step foot in the office for a year.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I'd bring him to come visit the office, maybe knock a couple of things out. But the first like 4 months, didn't step into the office one time. There was no need for me to go into the office. I did anything I had to do was via Zoom with the baby at home, delegating it out, assigning it through a task, sending an email, doing whatever I got to do, and then still being able to work from home. And then once I was ready to kind of start taking on more work activities, working from home at the house with the baby, because knowing that my team was going to be able to take care of everything because I had previously already put things into place to get them organized.
Right. Freedom.
Yeah.
You have freedom. You have financial freedom. You have time freedom, family freedom, right?
And the crazy thing is, I remember the first 5 years we were in real estate, we worked from like 8 a.m. to midnight.
Yeah.
You know, we had our older children that we had. I married into children. So those children, when they were little, we would take them, we would drop them off at school. We'd get to the office right when school started. They'd go to school. We'd pick them up at 3:30. I'd bring them to the office. They had a little office, a door that connected to my office. They had a futon in there, a computer, and a TV, so they could do their homework. They could relax. They could do whatever they got to do. Yeah. I would have that door open. I'd help them with their homework. They'd eat their dinner there. Here at the office, we'd go to the back, eat our dinner real quick. Sometimes not even. Sometimes we'd like picking up food on the way out. Yeah. Sometimes they'd fall asleep at the office, and we'd carry them from the office to the car, to their bed. And that was our life for 5 years.
Yeah.
And then even prior to having the baby, we were still working like 8:30 to 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And so the crazy thing is between putting in systems, tools, the team, organization, I start my day now at 10 a.m. and I leave at 6 p.m. And it's
Hallelujah.
I mean, and it's like, for me, that's probably the hardest thing. Right. That's probably been the hardest thing to adapt to is not working the crazy hours that I used to work.
Right.
I used to walk out, if on occasion I left at 6 o'clock, I'd be like, well, what do normal people do between 6 to 8 o'clock is my time to jam when it came to lead conversion.
Right.
I love lead calling between 6 and 8 p.m.
Right.
That's like everybody's answering their phone. It's never a bad time. I'm just stuck in traffic. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, I'm available.
Right.
I love the 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock time slot.
Right.
I can't do that now.
Right.
And that's the hardest challenge. That's been the hardest challenge. And then going home and relaxing has been hard. I mean, you know, I have this adorable baby and I want to play with him, but yet at the same time, I'm like, let's check my email real quick.
Right.
Let's check the email real quick. But now, like, I'm getting better. I'm like, okay, I put it in the room to charge. I'm trying. It's a daily effort, but I like other people got to learn to work. I have to learn to relax with my baby and not think about work because as realtors, it is 24/7.
Yeah.
That's 24/7.
Yeah, it will consume.
It will if you let it.
Ounce if you let it.
If you let it.
Right.
And I remember it was like over a decade ago that I stopped showing houses on Sunday, and I'm like, I thought the world was going to end, and it didn't. Yeah. And I just told them, I said, sorry, Sunday's my day for church and family. And there was about a good 5 to 6 year period where we had unplugged Sundays.
Yeah.
We were not allowed to have our phones. The kids were not allowed to have technology, and we just played games, ate lunch, hung out. Kids didn't like it. but we loved it. And guess what?
I'm stealing that idea from my house.
And what they remember now is, I remember we used to always do those unplugged Sundays, and we'd play board games. And you always made us play the board games, and you always, but it was our time to spend with them. And it was a time that we were going to disconnect, that we purposely disconnected. And as business owners, sometimes we'd have to sneak into the room and, okay, no fires, nothing's burning down, we're good.
Right.
But we wouldn't but during those unplugged Sundays, we'd have the phones put up. We're not doing anything like that. And you have to give yourself that permission. There's no real estate emergency, and there's no client worth your family.
Yeah. Right. We're not saving lives.
No, exactly. We're not saving lives. We're not saving lives. And that's the thing, is that I've raised children already.
Yeah.
I have a 25-year-old, a 21-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 15-year-old, and then my miracle baby that's going to be 2 in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
And what I can tell you from already having raised children, being in the real estate industry, you're not going to get those years back.
Right.
It's going to fly by so fast. And that's why when I tell myself that, when I'm at home, when I don't leave the office, when I don't get to the office till 10:15 a.m., I tell myself it's fine, because you know how he's 2. How many more years am I going to be able to? It makes me want to cry just thinking about it. How many more years am I going to be able to hang out with him for 2 hours in the morning?
Right.
He's going to be in school. I'm going to get out at 6 o'clock. How many more years am I going to have that he wants to hang out with me at 6 o'clock? How many more times am I going to walk in the door that he's going to run to me?
Yeah.
I never know. And I've seen this thing that says you never know when it's going to be the last time that you pick them up, that you carry them. Right. You never know it's going to be the last time they ask you to sleep in the bed with you. You never know it's the last time that they run to you when they see you at the door.
Right.
So knowing that I'm never going to know when that last time is, that's what gets that right there is why I'm like, okay, having seen the other children grow up so fast and wishing that I could go back in time and give them more time makes me give him more time now, because I realize that my clients love me and they're going to be here for me. But my babies, my children, and so all my kids, but they're all great. All my kids are good. My little baby's good. And I'm learning to not balance.
Yeah.
Life is, I learned that you cannot, there's no work-life balance. That is a myth. Stop chasing. If you're chasing work-life balance, that is a myth.
Right.
It's more like a pendulum.
Okay.
When you're with your family, be with your family. When you're with work, be with work. Let that pendulum swing. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's fine. Let the pendulum swing.
Mm-hmm.
But just when it's over here on family side, be with your family. When it's over here on business side, be with your business.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I do. When I leave the office, when I leave the house, I know I have 8 hours to get everything done that I need to get done.
Yeah.
Because then I'm going to go home with my baby.
Right.
And I work more furiously now. I feel like I get more stuff done during that 8 hours than I did than I got in the 12, 16 hours before. You're
working less, doing more.
Right.
Because you're focused and you know that every minute counts.
Because every minute counts. Because every minute that I play around at the office is a minute I'm taking away from my baby.
Exactly.